The Piano, analyzed by David Bordwell. According to David Bordwell, the story action of The Piano presents disturbing ingredients, including adultery, sexual intimidation, and brutal domestic violence, all in a darkening atmosphere of a remote colonial settlement. Director Jane Campion integrates these elements into an engaging plot by a careful use of classical storytelling strategies, genre conventions, subjective narration, and careful deployment of motifs. The action remains shocking, but it is motivated by many well-proven narrative principles. Because The Piano features a protagonist with inconsistent traits and ambiguous motivations, it shares certain qualities with art cinema. Yet the film also draws upon familiar conventions from the Gothic romance and Hollywood melodrama. Moreover, like other classical films, The Piano derives a strong sense of unity through motifs associated with costume, setting, color, and music. As a period romance, The Piano bears similarities to classic 19th century novels like Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights. More proximately, Campion also tapped into a tradition of Australian Gothic literature and theatre. Such stories explore themes of dislocation, uncertainty, isolation, and entrapment associated with the colonial experience of settlers struggling to adapt to the harsh conditions of the Australian landscape. Although The Piano is set in New Zealand, the conventions Campion draws upon are relevant to both countries thanks to their shared colonial histories and geographic isolation. The Australian Gothic dimensions of The Piano assured that locations would be very important to the story. Although several shots capture the unspoiled beauty of the New Zealand landscape, Campion also physically altered some locations to enhance their dramatic implications. For certain scenes, Campion also used black, tangled growth native to New Zealand called supplejack. The film's emphasis on fingers and hands is partly motivated by significant traits of Ada's character. Unable or unwilling to speak, Ada's hands become the means through which she communicates with the world. Ada's hands also prove crucial to the way she expresses herself through the music she plays. Early on, Ada makes clear that her piano is her most prized possession and the only thing that brings her joy. In The Piano's prologue, a final instance of the hand motif is seen. As Ada explains her new life with Baines in voiceover, a close-up of her hand shows the new pedal finger that Baines has fashioned as a prosthetic for her. For scenes shot in the rainforest, Campion decided not to add any additional light. The resulting murky aqua hue in these stories reinforces Ada's feelings of dislocation. Like the scenes filmed in the jungle, the interior scenes in The Piano are shot entirely with illumination motivated by setting. Daylight scenes are lit with sunlight streaming through windows and doorways. Night scenes are mostly lit by candles and lanterns, which cast yellow and orange hues on the actors' faces. The incandescent glow of these images further distinguishes them from the scenes shot in the rainforest. Michael Nyman's music for The Piano also helps express Ada's emotions throughout the film. Nyman tailored his music to the actress's pianistic abilities. He determined that her skills were best suited to reflective, lyrical music. He also researched Scottish folk songs to underscore Ada's situation as a stranger in a strange land. The end result blended the feel of saloon music of the 19th century with the 20th century minimalism.